He was mocked as a comedian turned politician, dismissed as a puppet, and written off as a lightweight. But when the world's eyes turned to Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelenskyy stood firm. Offered an escape as war loomed, he chose to stay, transforming from entertainer to wartime leader in the face of a global superpower. From the bright lights of television studios to the darkened streets of a besieged nation, Zelenskyy's journey is unlike any in modern history. How did a man best known for making people laugh become the face of defiance against one of the most feared leaders in the world? Zelenskyy's story begins in Kryvyi Rih, a major industrial city in central Ukraine, where he was born on January 25, 1978. Raised in an academically inclined family, his father was a professor and his mother a devoted homemaker. His early years were marked by an unusual childhood stint in Mongolia, where his father worked. Returning to Ukraine, young Volodymyr was drawn to performance, excelling in school while developing a love for the stage. He was a natural showman, leading school events, mastering musical instruments, and even dabbling in ballroom dance. His ambitions initially leaned toward diplomacy, but his father refused to let him study abroad. Instead, Zelenskyy pursued a law degree, though he never practiced, realizing early on that his true calling lay elsewhere. That calling led him straight into the world of comedy. At just 17, Zelenskyy joined the popular Ukrainian comedy competition KVN. His quick wit and stage presence won him a spot on the Ukrainian team, which dominated the competition in the late 90s. But when the politics of the entertainment industry threatened his creative freedom, Zelenskyy took a risk, forming his own comedy troupe, Kvartal 95. It was here that his talents flourished, crafting sharp political satire that resonated with millions. The group became a powerhouse in Ukrainian television, producing hit shows and comedy specials. His signature project, Evening Quarter, took on corruption and political absurdity with fearless humor, earning him both admiration and enemies. In 2015, life imitated art. Zelenskyy starred in the hit TV series Servant of the People, playing a humble history teacher who unexpectedly becomes Ukraine's president after a viral rant against corruption. The show was wildly popular, but no one could have predicted what came next. In 2018, Zelenskyy's production company registered a political party under the same name. What started as satire became reality when he announced his candidacy for president on New Year's Eve 2018. His campaign, fueled by social media and a promise to break away from Ukraine's corrupt political system, quickly gained traction. By April 2019, Zelenskyy had won a landslide victory, securing 73% of the vote. The comedian had officially become president. Governance, however, was no laughing matter. Zelenskyy entered office with grand promises, tackling corruption, reforming the judiciary, and ending the conflict in eastern Ukraine. Yet, his inexperience was evident. Navigating Ukraine's complex political landscape proved challenging, and early missteps led to skepticism about his leadership. His biggest test came in foreign policy, as tensions with Russia loomed large. Initially, he attempted negotiations with Vladimir Putin, hoping for a peaceful resolution. But as time went on, it became clear that diplomacy alone would not be enough. By late 2021, Russian troops were amassing at Ukraine's borders. Western intelligence warned of an imminent invasion, yet few believed a full-scale war was truly possible. Then, on February 24, 2022, those fears became reality. Russian missiles rained down on Ukrainian cities, and chaos erupted. Many expected Zelenskyy to flee, just as leaders before him had in times of crisis. Instead, he stayed. In a now iconic moment, he rejected an offer from the U.S. to evacuate, saying, "I need ammunition, not a ride." Overnight, the world saw Zelenskyy not as a comedian or an actor, but as a leader willing to fight alongside his people. Zelenskyy's response to the invasion was nothing short of remarkable. He harnessed social media and direct messaging to rally both Ukrainians and the international community. His speeches to world governments were impassioned pleas for support, demanding military aid and economic sanctions against Russia. His presence in Kyiv, walking through war-torn streets and meeting with soldiers, became a symbol of Ukrainian resilience. The contrast between him and Putin was stark. One was a leader in hiding, the other standing in the heart of the battle. Under his leadership, Ukraine mounted a fierce resistance, defying expectations and securing crucial support from the West. Zelenskyy became a global icon, drawing comparisons to historical figures who led their nations through existential crises. His journey from TV star to wartime president is unprecedented, but his story is far from over. Will he be remembered as the leader who saved Ukraine, or is his toughest battle yet to come? One thing is certain: Volodymyr Zelenskyy is no longer just a performer. He is a man who, against all odds, found himself at the center of history's stage. Zelenskyy's leadership has changed the global perception of Ukraine, inspiring a newfound respect for its people and their resilience. His actions have reshaped alliances, challenged world leaders to take a stand, and reminded the world that courage is not reserved for soldiers alone. But what comes next? Can he navigate Ukraine beyond war, towards stability and prosperity, or will the weight of war and politics prove to be his greatest challenge yet? One thing is undeniable: history is being written in real time, and Zelenskyy's name is already etched into it. Whether as a symbol of resistance or a leader who forever altered Ukraine's fate, his story is still unfolding. Thank you for watching. If you found this deep dive into Volodymyr Zelenskyy's journey fascinating, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, where do you think Zelenskyy's story will go from here? Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next video.